With me is Mike Wrathell, who is running for Macomb County Prosecutor. Mike, thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure, Ron. How are you doing?
Real good, real good.
Great.
For some of the voters out here that may not know who you are or anything about it, to help educate them a little bit, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Sure. Well, I hope they know me a little bit. This is my third time running against Mr. Smith. I was born in Detroit back in '61. I just turned 55 yesterday, June 13th. I went to Sterling Heights High School. I was high honors, lettered in cross country. I played hockey as a kid too. And I went to U of M 4 years, started in '79 right out of high school. I took a couple years off after college and eventually went to Cooley Law School up in Lansing. I interned for Dave J. when I was up there. I started law school in '88, got out in '92, took the bar, passed it the first time, and started practicing law in '94. I was in New York City for a year after I got out of law school, pushing my art. I'm an artist and a writer as well. I was there when they bombed the World Trade Center in '93. I've always had political aspirations. I started out at Michigan as a political science major. And in fact, one of my favorite lines from political science is from Jean-Jacques Rousseau, from The Social Contract, who said, man was born free, but everywhere he is in chains. And that's largely why I was inspired to run against Eric Smith. He won't allow his assistant prosecutors to run against him, nor to support me at all. If they put my bumper sticker on their bumper, which is completely protected by the First Amendment, and he took an oath to protect the Constitution, including the First Amendment, they will be fired. And I feel a moral obligation to run against Mr. Smith as long as I live in Macomb County. And I've been doing better every time. Last time I had 34.4%. I'm hoping to get a little above 50 this time.
Well, other than the issue that you just brought up, what else do you think that you can bring to help correct that you see that there's problems in the prosecutor's office?
Well, you know, there's a lot of we have a lot of problems in this country, and I think county prosecutors have a large role in doing that. State reps don't even have to graduate from high school. I think if I'd like to get all the county prosecutors in the whole state together. There's 83 counties, and try to tighten up our laws. Try to think of what we can do better. You have this Orlando shooter. They took him off the terror watch list. Why? What did he do? What did he ever do that made him not be on the terror watch list? Was it just they were tired of having a long list? I mean, obviously this guy was a threat for years. He had contacted people, and I mean, there's my dad was a policeman in Detroit. He's also in the Air Force. My grandpa was a homicide detective in Detroit and was in the Army during World War II as a captain in the Army. I have a good law enforcement pedigree. I think I have the willingness to try to get people together. I know a lot of the assistant prosecutors. They're all doing a great job, except maybe one. I'm not going to fire them. I've told them this. I'm not a typical politician. I don't believe in just hiring my friends. Okay. I think we have a great core in the prosecutor's office.
Well, going along with that, Mike, what would be on your to-do list if you get elected county prosecutor? What would be on your to-do list to?
Well, like I said, I'd like to work on advocating tightening up our laws. We have a lot of dangerous people roaming the streets, and we're throwing people who are, get caught with a joint in jail for a year and a half. It's ridiculous. I think I personally signed the petition to legalize marijuana, but I realize it's illegal. So as long as it's illegal, I will enforce the law. But I don't want to see people going to jail for possession of marijuana. I'd rather see sex offenders in jail.
Okay. What is your strongest qualification for this job? You said you're an attorney, but what makes you the...
Okay, well, I think I'm smarter than Eric Smith. When I took an oath to honor the Constitution, I have never broken it. I'm not going to fire my prosecutors if they want to run against me. If I win this year, I'll run again in 2012, and I'll let them run against me. I'll let them support whoever they want. Like I said, I want to try to advocate making the law in Michigan, all the criminal laws in Michigan, better. Well, I think there should be higher mandatory sentences for violent crimes committed with firearms or knives. We have sex offenders. We have, and I've told Sheriff Hackle this before. People who abuse animals should be on a list that is linked with sex offenders, because people who abuse animals go on and you'll see Jeffrey Dahmer. And right now, I don't think there's any linkage when you. So we need to know who's dangerous in this state. And right now you have sex offenders in neighborhoods, and people don't even know who they are.
In closing,
Sure.
2 minutes, look at the voters out here and tell them why, come November,
Okay.
when you are up for this office, why they should elect you as Macomb County Prosecutor.
Well, like I said, I think I'm smarter than Mr. Smith. I went to the University of Michigan. You can trust me. I think he's violated your trust by not allowing assistant prosecutors to run against him. Then he turns around and says that I don't have any prosecutorial experience, but he wants to have his cake and eat it too. There's a lot going on in the prosecutor's office. There's a guy that just got suspended for 5 days, and he's fighting it through the UAW, the Arlington Union. I've challenged Mr. Smith before. I'm challenging him again to a debate. You can call the Macomb County Bar Association and ask for a debate. Ask for Rick Troy, extension 800. It's 586-468-2940. David Viviano got a debate. He has no law enforcement background in his family. They sell flowers. I've never sold. My dad was a cop in Detroit. I'm sorry, he didn't sell roses. Mr. Smith has also threatened people on voicemails. He threatened to bury somebody on a voicemail. The charges were dropped. He threatened me to make my art an issue. Go ahead, Eric, make my art an issue. You can follow me on Twitter. It's Mike Wrathell. On Twitter, I'll be tweeting about the campaign. I like donations if you ever want to help me out too.
Okay.
P.O. Box 33. We like Mike Wrathell for prosecutor. You know,
Very
I
good.
need to get some signs. You know, I'm not a rich guy like Trump or Hillary Clinton. You know?
Very good. Well, want to really appreciate, thank you for being here today and letting
Thanks,
the
Ron.
voters find out a little bit more about you. So
you.
good luck in the
Okay.
election, and
Thanks.
thank you for being here.
Thanks, Ron.